What are you doing, Dorothy? Are you helping? Don't give me that look. No, we're not going anywhere. All right, so what did we do? Oh yeah, patched up some holes that I missed using the smoke machine. And I got a computer power supply and modified it to supply 12 volts to the smoke machine. Blocked it off at that end and found a little leak. I tacked this together. I wasn't going to, I was going to wait, but I was impatient, so I just tacked it on the inside. I was only going to try and get away with one tack on the inside, but this side lifted up, so I had to tack that as well. But that's the sort of angle we're dealing with. My only issue is that when it's on the wastegate, if the gearbox, which is here, and the power steering line, which is here, if the gearbox tilts too far forwards, I don't want this to hit on something, but I'm pretty sure I've got the angle pretty good. In fact, I can go off this thing because this clears everything down there. So if we put that like that, that'll clear. And so if we try and mimic what we were doing, where's my other piece? Oh yeah, here it is. So something along those lines, like that, and then this bit kind of going off like something like that, and then joining the rest of the exhaust down here. But I've got to fit a flex in there, and then I've also got to fit this separator. So this has to sit here somewhere to join onto that, so that if I did want to go to the screamer, which I don't have here, I can remove that bit and this bit will be blocked off. I guess also, where is our screamer pipe? I do need to make sure that nothing that I attach to that will get in the way when this is on there. So, oh yeah, look at that. So that sits there like that. You get the idea anyway. So not really much I can do until either, well, at least on this car, until the clutch is rebuilt, and I can't even, well, I could put that in, but we're waiting on the synchros for the gearbox. Maybe I should pull it apart, but I'm not going to, because you really need to remember how it goes back together. So we do have a couple of other things coming from Japan today. So this is, showed it in another video. This is actually a factory diffuser, STi. Oh wait, it goes that way, doesn't it? So factory STi diffuser from I think it's a GD STi, and with this CUSCO kit and a support bar that I'm waiting on today, it will mount up to the blue car. Look at these two. Maple, what are you waiting for, sweetie? What can you see? Hey, what can you see? You want to say hello? Oh, you're a good girl, aren't you? Hey, oh, and Dorothy's come as well. This is Dorothy. Hello, Dorothy. And this is Maple. Hey, Maple. She's the smartest, dumbest dog in the world, aren't you? Hey. So, yeah, waiting game. I'll update you once it arrives today. First delivery has arrived. Not that exciting. It is the oil for the gearbox. Now this is the Toyota factory gear oil for R154, R150, R151. Read a lot of stuff on the internet about weird friggin' cocktails of different oils, and I use this and I use that. For R154, this is the stuff. You need to use GL4 because GL5, some GL5s have substances, sulfites or something, or sulfur compounds that attack the brass synchros. So it has to be GL4. There is a Toyota transmission gear oil that is similar to this, STi, but it's GL5. So you need to make sure you get the GL4. The other stuff that was in it was Redline MT90. Not shockproof, not friggin' anything else. MT90, which is GL4, and we'll see how this goes. In my stepson's gearbox, this is what we used, and it feels amazing. This was 60 Australian dollars, about 50 cents US. And in comparison to MT90, MT90 is 160 Australian dollars. So I don't see the point in spending an extra $100 on some oil that goes in a gearbox, particularly when you can buy the factory stuff. So, first delivery, STi W90 GL4 for R154 and R151, R150, etc. And my daughter's shoes arrived. But anyway, we'll continue to wait. Actually, I got bored and I painted the exhaust flat black again. It's only going to come off. I should probably invest in some heat-proof paint. I don't know, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did paint up to here, so maybe the heat from the exhaust has, gotten rid of the paint off there. But that's where we got to attach our, our wastegate entry, so I'm not going to paint that because I'll wait until I've welded it all up and stuff. This is the bracket I put in from the other day as well. We're going to have a rubber spacer between the frame. Hopefully that does good things. Here's a good thing. I had to do some die grinding on my heat shield. This is a speed controller. Pretty sure I got it off eBay. But I switched that off actually. But basically you can control the speed of your die grinder. So if you're to do porting, this is a great tool. Just speed it up and slow it down. It changes the voltage going to the die grinder. And yeah, here's another cool thing. Bit of a noisy bastard. But my exhaust was pressing up on the bumper and cracking it a bit. So just ignore this. There's a piece that fell out. It was already cracked, but yeah, I was just fashioning the back of this so it doesn't put as much pressure on here. It'd be nice to get it fixed up one day, but I think because it pushes up so high, I'd have to like cut it out more. Well, I don't know why I care. I wouldn't be running any lower of an exhaust tip. So anyway, looks a bit ugly under there, so I'm not going to show you too much. But yeah, we'll wait. So we've had delivery from DHL, but it was my radiator tank. It wasn't the hardware or the mounting bar for this diffuser. So gonna try and see if we can get this in there. Unfortunately, my intercooler pipe just here, I So this is for JZX100. We've basically got a JZX100 radiator mounting. So this is meant to go there, but my pipe's in the way, so might just see if I can adjust it to get it to fit. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. I can possibly fit it here or possibly fit it there, but this is a KTS JZX100 radiator reservoir. The Hello Kitty bottle has done its job, but yeah, I basically got it for this sight glass, and it's another little JDM trinket. So if nothing else turns up today, we might continue this tomorrow. So hold on to your hats, folks. So I got it to fit. It's not square, but you know, whatever. But now we can see how much coolant's in there. So when we do have a problem, i.e. there's no coolant, we can see. I did try to make this little flag system with a float. It somewhat worked, but yeah. Now we have a Japanese trinket, which you know, the blue contrasts well with the Project Mu. What do you call that? Well, that's cyan. That would be turquoise, and then purple. So I always like how Japanese cars are kind of, you know, just nothing really matches. Like you see these Australian Skyline builds and everything matches. Like, I don't know. It's like, yes, everything matching is kind of cool, but you know, things clashing, I almost feel like that's, you know, it's more kind of Japanese, how, you know, you buy one part, or like this, right? So like the SAD rail. SAD rail is gold. You know, it's a SAD rail because it's gold. You know, Project Mu, it's turquoise. You know, it's Project Mu because it's turquoise. The blue is either KTS or Greddy. You know, it's like the suspension arms. CUSCO is blue. Skid Racing, gold. DG5, black with Swift springs. And of course you got Project Mu. And then, what have we got in the back? We got a bit of a mishmash up the back here. Oh, can we see everything? Yeah, so we've got CUSCO sway bar, KTS toe arms up the front there, Serial 9, and IKEA formula. Definitely not sponsored. Anyway, let's hope some of those other parts turn up tomorrow, which for you will probably be in a couple of seconds. All right, so it arrived. So yeah, we need to install that. I think it goes like this somehow. This is obviously upside down, and then there's these brackets to go here and here to attach that to there. So I'm gonna get it on the car because I gotta go pick my wife up in a bit. That's the part number for the blue crossbar. That is the part number for the brackets. And then the STi diffuser, I'm not sure, you're gonna have to look it up. But you need those three things. So the bar for the diffuser was just arrived, obviously, and we've got it on. So, I mean, a lot of effort to go to for tiny fins that probably won't do much at the back of your car, but I guess it's one of those rare, well, it's not rare, it's It's an STI piece that not many other people have. I don't know how many people know that it actually fits GC8, but yeah. I gotta change that bolt though. Bloody silver bolt. I don't know what happened to the black one. Just disappeared. Anyway, leave us a like, because you just should, because you're a nice person. And subscribe for more progress on the vehicles. Thank you for watching.